Hello and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be going over all of the things that we expect to be coming in which way do I point? This way in patch 6.1, A Newfound Adventure. So we had the live letter a couple of days ago now, and they detailed what's going to be coming up for us in patch 6.1, and it seems like it's going to be an absolutely massive amount of content. So that's what we're going to go through today, and my thoughts and feelings on it and what I'm most excited for, and there's a lot to be excited for. But before we get into it, please do like the video and subscribe. It's free, helps me out an absolute ton, and I'd really appreciate it. Got loads more videos on the way, so please do that. But without further ado, let's get into what's coming in patch 6.1, and as we could see from in front of us, that it's coming on the 12th of April, which is very, very soon. So as of recording, that's only a couple weeks away, which I'm very excited for, and we're going to be getting our patch notes and stuff on the 11th, so the day before, so I think on the Monday beforehand. But let's move forward. So we've got the trailer there, which I've reacted to, and you can watch that on another video. I'll put that up here if you want to see that. Before I get very quickly, before I get into it, the first two little bits, if you haven't finished Endwalker yet, you probably want to skip those, so just look at the chapters and skip on ahead, because they are a bit spoilery. So if you haven't finished Endwalker yet, skip ahead a couple of chapters. Yes, let's go into it, and it says, A Newfound Adventure. With despair silenced and hope restored, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn step back into the shadows, their stars hero to don the mantle of simple adventurer once more. Eager hearts never idle, 'tis not long before the warrior of light hearkens unto journey's calls. So, not very much given away there, but you can see in the trailer, there was talk about like a treasure, and they were traveling on a boat somewhere, and there's clearly like a new dungeon and maybe a new trial of some sort. Obviously there's going to be a lot of speaking in Charlian. It looks like Ishgard really trying to get back to the first, trying to figure out a way. And there was a little scene in the trailer of the Warrior of Light and Graha like teleporting somewhere, so perhaps they make it back to the first, which would be very, very interesting to see if that's what's coming next. But not much else really given away. Obviously they're not going to give away much of the main scenario quest, but it looks like our first little journey beyond the Hydaelyn and Zodiac saga will feature heavily with Graha, with Estinian, and obviously Y'shtola as well, which is very, very exciting. But there's not much more we could say until we do it, so we're going to have to wait and see. New challenges, so yes, definitely, if you have not finished Endwalker, skip this next bit, because this is going to reveal the end, basically. So, the Minstrel's Ballad, Endsinger's Aria. So, had the Endsinger succeeded in gathering but a few more stars worth of despair, or even a few more souls, might the darkness you face have been so deep, not even the light of hope kindled by your comrades could pierce it. So muses the wandering minstrel, and by his consummately, yes, evocative words, you find your mind set adrift amidst the unsettling possibility where you could rely upon naught save your own conviction to overcome the ultimate incarnation of despair. So that's basically like the ultimate version of the Endsinger's trial at the end. It's going to be, I mean, it looks, I'll put some of the footage up on the screen. It looks absolutely amazing, and yeah, Yoshi P did a little like tour around, and the music looked amazing, and music sounded amazing as well. But yeah, that is basically just the high level difficulty of this, and I'm sure it's going to be a challenge for a lot of people. But yes, that's also very exciting, and I need to try getting into those you know, raids and stuff, but I haven't really trials and stuff yet, but I have not yet, but perhaps I will in 6.1. Before we move on from that, Yoshi P did say that the difficulty of this is obviously going to be very, very hard. It's going to be something that people are going to be progressing on for a long, long time. And he did say something to the effect of, like, get good, essentially. He said, like, he will not be listening to players complaining about it being too difficult, because this is the end boss of the saga. So if you can't do it, tough basically. And you know what, I like that, to be honest. Like, I'm not a great player, and I probably won't be able to do it, but I do agree that, like, not everyone should be able to do everything in the game. You know, if the most committed people should be able to clear the hardest content. Not everybody should be able to do everything. Moving forward, we have Mythics of the Realm Part 1. Aglaya? Is that how you pronounce that? So, Eorzea, a realm embraced by gods. Since ancient times, people have worshipped a pantheon of divinities known as the 12, but their true identities have remained shrouded in enigma. On a day much like any other, however, a certain request would arrive at the Baldician Annex and set you upon the path of the Heart of Myth. So yes, so this is something they teased very early on when they announced that Endwalker is some sort of set of raids involving the gods that, you know, the constellation gods basically that you pick at the start when you create your character. Obviously, so this is a new character, and that is a minion that I would like. That is adorable. And this is an example, I guess, of one of the bosses, it looks like. Not sure which one it would be. Maybe the war one. I can't remember the names of the gods off the top of my head. And this is the entrance to the raid. So this looks amazing, and the footage from the trailer from this looks fantastic. Obviously involving Graha, as we can see, which would make sense, of course. And it's part 1 as well, so this is going to be a continuous development in terms of the content we get through for it. They also, I'll see if I can find the footage and put it on screen, but they did also show some of the sets and stuff that you can get from it, and I think some of them are alright. Even my honest opinion, they're not my favourite thing in the world, but I think they're pretty good. They're pretty good. But yes, this is like, I believe Yoshi P said at some point that this is like, it's sort of a standalone, not necessarily connected to anything else story, so that's good. So it's good to be branching off in that, and it's good that we're getting new characters as well introduced into our little world. Anyway, okay, so yeah, so this set of raids is exploring the 12 and the old the gods of the 12 and the old history of Eorzea, and Yoshi P said something along the lines of this is going to be similar kind of gameplay wise to the Involus raids. Which is what it is. A concern is how the jobs are going to be, and there are going to be quite a significant amount of job changes. I think every single job is getting adjustments in some shape or form, but we will not know what they are specifically until the patch notes are released, which will be on April the 11th, so we're going to have to wait and see what the changes are. But I do know a couple of them is like the animation locks in for Dragoons is getting shortened, and some of the abilities are getting trimmed a little bit, so you're not so focused on your hotbar, which as someone who started as playing as a Dragoon is great news. But yeah, check those out. I'm not really the guy to talk about job changes because I don't really know. I'm not that versed in it yet, but the specifics will be coming out on the 11th of April. Now we move into the Dragonsong's reprise. So, what it says is there's no ifs in history, yet man is wont to cast his mind towards the path not walked. Thus spoke the wandering minstrel, and his urging you reflect upon bygone trials, and with his newfound perspective, your imagination stirred by the man's masterfully woven verse, you dream of an alternate conclusion to the Dragonsong War. So, this is just the ultimate difficulty for the Dragonsong trial at the end of Heaven's Ward. So this, I believe this is coming out a couple of weeks, so this is coming out on patch 6.11, so not straight away. So yes, there's going to obviously be a lot of rewards with the weapons and stuff. Apparently the weapons look really kind of crazy, but Yoshi P did say that unless you are a world first player, so if you're an average player, it's probably going to take you 4 to 5 months to be able to clear this. And yeah, if you're a casual player, it could take you, well, 6 to 8 months, and God knows if you're me, it could take you a couple of years. So, but yes, that is coming, and the difficulty, and obviously the difficulty is going to be very, very high, and it's going to be quite a thing that we're going to be progressing on for a long time. Another thing Yoshi P said is how the difficulty in the trial works is it's not like. It's a situation where you're going to know what's happening, you're going to understand it, you're going you're going to get what's going on, but it's not going to be able to do it, essentially. So it's going to be like, you get what's going on, but you're just going to be hitting the wall, constantly like hitting a wall. So you're going to be able to understand what's going on. You're going to understand why you died, but it's still, or why you didn't clear, but it's just going to be very, very difficult. Which is good, because that's going to just motivate you to keep on trying. But yeah, that is going to be one hell of a thing to do. And if you do it, and if you do it in under a few months, good for you, good for you. And then we have Ultima's Bane, Unreal, Legend by Nature, only grow, and that of the Empire's Ultima weapon is no different. Triumph as you never triumphed before in the newest Unreal challenge. I've never done an Unreal raid before. I know that they're extremely hard. So yeah, so we have this as an Unreal trial. I've never done one of those before, so I'm not really sure how they go, but I assume it's going to be very, very hard. This is going to be another bit of content for us to do, which is fantastic. But this, for me, this next thing is the main thing that I'm really, really excited for. So, the PvP Crystalline Conflict. A dazzling array of arenas await in the Grand Company's glamour-woven tactical training grounds. Designed with adventurers in mind, these strategic confrontations of but a few competitors making for thrilling challenge for newcomer pups and Wolfsden regulars alike. At the end of the crystal line, who will stand victorious? Will it be you? So essentially what this is it's you moving the Aetherite Shard. It's kind of like Halo in Overwatch or you know, TF2. That's the central game mode, which I think is a great idea. Now, I'll try and put some footage up on screen, but it looks like there's like quite a large overhaul in PvP generally in terms of the abilities. I think it's been condensed down quite a bit, and you can see that the white mage had an ultimate of like a massive beam, which looks amazing. They've also got a new ranking system, the reward system, but the ranking system I think looks really cool. So it's very similar in how other PvP-centric games focus, where you build your rank in terms of victories. So you get like a few victories in a row at a certain rank, and you move up into the next one. So you go from like, I can't remember what they are, but you know, you go to gold, platinum, or whatever with your MMR and like Dota and Valorant and things like that. And then through participating in the PvP, you can then unlock rewards, and some of them are mounts, and some of them are glamour pieces and things like that as well. This is just going to be amazing, I think. I'm really, really looking forward to this. In fact, I think out of all the things that I'm looking forward to in 6.1, this is the thing I'm looking forward to the most. I think them doing a real focus on trying to get PvP to being like a main feature of this game is a great idea, and to add in like a competitive ranking system is great. One good thing about the ranking system is when you go up a rank, when you go up from like bronze to silver or whatever, you cannot go down, which means that there can't be people smurfing, which is good. Obviously, there'll be seasons and stuff, and your rank will start again at a new season. You won't be at the top rank forever. But this is a brilliant idea, and I think the game mode really suits it. I think it's a 5v5 mode. Also, I will just add is that there's this is sort of semi-related to this. The new plate system, you know, the player plate system. You can use stuff that you've unlocked through the game to design your own adventurer's plate, and you can do like I'll put some stuff on screen, and you can do like G-pose in things on your adventurer's plate and things like that. And the only reason why I mention that now is because that people, as you go into the matches, they will see that plate. So that's a big part of, well, that's a nice part of it. Everybody likes to show off. It's an MMO. We always like to show off, and that's going to be a big part of of that. So that's really, really cool. So in terms of the PvP overhaul, there is basically a change to the rewards you get. So there we have I'll put a picture of it on screen. So we have a new system where anything where you do a PvP gives you experience, and that experience unlocks trophy crystals. You can use those trophy crystals to unlock rewards, which will be through each season. After the season is finished, those rewards will go. However, if you are a little bit late or whatever, your trophy crystals for that season will still exist, so you'll still be able to buy the last season's rewards for one patch. So they'll stick around for one patch, but after that patch, they are gone. But there'll be new rewards every season, and any bit of PvP content you do will help you unlock these rewards, which is a brilliant idea to get people to play and actually, you know, care about PvP. I'm really hyped for this. This is the thing that I'm hyped for the most, and I'm going to be streaming it. I can tell you actually quickly before we move on, the rankings, the actual proper rankings. So we have... So you start at bronze, and you've got 3 tiers of bronze. So bronze 1, 2, 3. Then silver, same thing, 1, 2, 3. Gold, you've got 4 tiers of gold, which is obviously 1, 2, 3, 4. And then same for platinum, 4 tiers of platinum. And then you have 5 tiers of diamond. So to be able to rank up, you have to gain 3 gold stars. So to do that, you just basically by winning. And if you get 3 in a row, you rank up, and if you lose a game, you will lose a star, but you cannot drop down. So if you get into like gold 1 or whatever, you stay there regardless of if you go on a massive loss streak, which I think is kind of better, but make things a little bit less toxic. And there is a final rank beyond diamond, which is crystal, which is the top rank. So top PvPers will be in crystal, and it says in the crystal tier, ranking is determined by the amount of crystal credit you have in your possession instead of the star system. Credit is gained or lost depending on the outcome of matches, meaning that you can drop out of crystal. But yes, so you can drop out of crystal, you can't drop out of anything else, but crystal is the absolute pinnacle, top of the mountain players, where the vast majority of people won't even see crystal. But anyway, that's enough of PvP. Let's move forward into the new residential residential district, Imperium. Thanks to tireless volunteers from the near and far of Ishgard's once ruined firmament, now boasts a host of facilities, including a brand new residential area, Imperium. During the first round of sales, empty plots will be distributed via lottery system. So those who yearn to live amidst the grandiose stonework of the Eorze's ice-crowned city will want to visit the plaque of their favourite property to enter. So yes, finally Ishgard is a residential area, and it looks beautiful. Ishgard's my favourite city in the whole game. I absolutely love it, and I don't think I'll be able to get a plot there, but I do plan to put my apartment there. So there is the new lottery system, which I did mention in there. So what that essentially means is, well, how you would have to get a house beforehand is essentially you would have to go to the residential district and park yourself outside and keep clicking on a plot and hope that you get it, and spend days and days and hours not leaving your computer, not leaving to go to the toilet, just wearing adult diapers and being an absolute degenerate. But now what you do is you just get your lottery ticket. So you go up to the plot, you pay for your 3 million gil for the property, and if your number gets it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. That's basically it, which I think is fairer. It's a lot better than the previous way of doing things. So yeah, if you want your plot, get in there, and I think that's how it's going to be working. Oh, that's how it's going to be working for everywhere now in all of the plots. So get your money together and try and get your house. Let's see what we can do. And yes, so we have our A Realm Reborn duty and support updates. So experience the story of A Realm Reborn solo, with the arrival of duty support system enabling warriors of light to call upon NPCs for allies for main scenario duties, implemented patch 2.0. 2.0 Dungeons and Trials have also been adjusted to ensure the best possible gameplay alone or with friends. So there's been a few adjustments within those, but as we can see, you can now play through all of the A Realm Reborn story missions. So it's not the side content, but you can see you've got Stasha and all that stuff, and all the way up to the Praetorium with a group of NPCs, obviously part of the grand companies here helping you out going through those. So it allows new players to just go through the game without, they can go through the game at their own pace. They don't have to rush through these things because obviously these things are on duty roulette or whatever. It does get rid of Netflix roulette, but to be honest, I think this is a better thing for the general player base. And also there's a lot of people out there who like Final Fantasy games but don't like multiplayer games, but now this is a step for them to be able to essentially get their Final Fantasy experience out of this game in the way that they want to. And also it's a great way if, kind of like with the squad system and with the duty system later in the game, this is a way for you to learn how to do other roles if you haven't played a tank or a healer before. With, you know, we're just playing with NPCs, so if you get stuff wrong, it doesn't matter, because you could just start again and try again, and it's how you learn. So I think this is a great idea. I'll probably be using this a little bit when leveling up jobs and stuff as well, especially leveling up like DPS stuff, just to be able to fly through that with a bunch of NPCs is a great idea. And also in terms of some of the, where it says some of the dungeon controls have been adjusted, so like in Haku Manor, where you used to have to return to go back and then carry on, you don't have to do that anymore. There'll be like a teleport thing that you can all click on, so it's not as confusing. And the first time I did Haku Manor, it did confuse me and another player, so that's good that they've put that in. Alright, let's move forward. So we've got the GARO Collab. I think they've done one of these before, but you can see there's PvP inspired gear by the Japanese TV hit GARO is back. So yes, it's back, so don't miss another chance to get hands on these. Special mounts on the gear, trimmed up by the legendary characters designed by designer Keita Amemiya. I hope I said that reasonably right. But yes, these mounts look absolutely incredible. I want to get one of these horses. And the armor looks very cool as well. So yes, this is back, so make sure you get what you want out of it whilst you can. Yeah, so make sure you get your hands on this stuff whilst it's available. I'm definitely going to be going for some of these mounts, because these mounts look absolutely insane. And that armor there looks cool as well. But anyway, so a few more things that's not on the website that I'll quickly talk about. So they've got some new glamour sets that are going into the optional store. And also the dream fitting. So a dream fitting is where you can go into an inn and you go to sleep essentially, and you can look at items and try on items on your character that are in the item shop. Now, although there has been some requests by some players to have the item shop in the game so they can just buy stuff from the game, Yoshi P has said that he doesn't want that. So he wants it to be very much a separate thing. So it's not in the game, and it doesn't seem like it's enticing you to spend money that on optional items, which is fine. I like that. I prefer that. But this is also a good way for you to be able to actually like try gear on your character before you buy it if you choose to. So you can go to the inn, go to sleep, look at the gear that you want to get, and then you can log out the game and buy it if that's what you want to do. And there's new beast tribes for the Akasodra, however you say it, and the mount that you get from doing those is a carriage led by Hippo. So that's definitely a priority. I need that in my life. And the last thing I'll talk about is, before I finish the video, is data center travel. So I think that's going to be coming in 6.18, and it's going to be released very slowly. So we're just going to be kind of, it's not going to be a release for everywhere at once. It's going to be little bits at a time, which I think is probably, considering how complicated this is going to be technically to do, I think that's probably the best idea. So it's going to be a little bit at a time, and we're going to see how we go, and then a bit more will be released over time, but it is coming very soon. And of course, we do have to consider that people in different data centers across the world will play in different ways. There'll be different etiquettes and I guess cultural differences in terms of how like Japanese players play, so how NA players and how EUS players will play. So we have to kind of, you know, see how monitor that and kind of dip our toes in and, you know, go through it slowly. And I think it's probably the best idea in terms of like a cultural aspect and in terms of a technical aspect, although I have no idea how server technology works, but I assume going slowly is probably for the best. So that is essentially it. So let's recap through. So again, if you haven't seen Endwalker, just quickly skip ahead, okay? Finished Endwalker, sorry, just quickly skip ahead. So we've got the new adventures where we're going to be going off with Graha, Estinian, and Ishtola off to a new call, and it looks like we're going to be experimenting with trying to get back to the first, or trying to get everyone back to the first. We have the new End Singer's Aria, the ultimate version of it. It's just going to be extremely hard. And then we've got the new Myths of the Realm, where we're going to be learning about the origin of Eorzea and the gods of Eorzea through the raids. Then we have the Dragonsong's Reprise Ultimate and the Ultima's Bane Unreal, which is going to be very hard, very high level content that we can be progressing on for a long time. Then we've got the new PvP Overhaul. We've got the Crystalline Conflict, which is the new mode, which is the payload, basically, mode in PvP. And we've got the new ranking system, we've got the new rewards, and we've got the Overhaul and the abilities. the new residential district in Ishgard, the duty support and updates for the A Realm Reborn MSQ dungeons and trials, where you can do them with a squadron, and then the GARO Collab. But also, to add on to that, we do have obviously we have data center travel coming in. We have adventure plates as well, highly customizable adventure plates. We have, oh yes, we have the dream fitting and the new glamour coming into the optional item store. There are new miscellaneous mounts and minions as well that are all coming in that all look very nice. And there's like a near mount as well that's coming in, so that's going to be cool. The beast tribes and the beast tribe quests with the mount the hippo, which I want. There is going to be a lot of job adjustments as well, but we won't know the details of what those are specifically until the patch notes come out. I think that's pretty much it, unless I've forgotten something, but I hope I haven't. And as we can see, this patch is filled to the brim of content. I've never seen a patch with so much stuff to do. I mean, tell me in the comments what you're looking forward to the most, but for me, it is the new story and the new raids as well. I want to see what's going on there. But this is, well, the PvP for me is the absolute top thing that I'm looking forward to doing the most. I just love the idea of the ranking system, and I really am planning on streaming it quite a lot. So do cheap plug for my Twitch. I'm going to be streaming my progress through the rankings and playing the mode, and hopefully I can get good and get a decent rank. But yes, yeah, as I said, let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to the most in patch 6.1. I guess I will leave the video there, but yeah, I have to say how impressive it is to see like such a huge amount of stuff to do. This is going to keep us busy for a very, very long time, and I'm very, very grateful that we get all of this content so quickly, so soon. Yeah, all right, cool. So I'm going to end this video here. So thank you for watching again. Please do subscribe and like the video if you liked it. Got more videos on the way already being made for the channel, so please do subscribe if you haven't already. But having said that, thank you all so much for watching, and I very much hope to see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye bye.